Well, hey there everybody, and welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and we've got lots of news to discuss. And today we're going to be discussing primarily the MCU with a little small dabble of DC and some James Gunn stuff in there. However, the casting for the Fantastic Four has been the biggest hot button in superhero news since Spider-Man No Way Home, I think would be fair to say. We were talking on and on and on about both the trailer for the release of Spider-Man No Way Home and, of course, the 3 Spider-Men, which turned out to be all 100% true. Sony failed at keeping this secret. But now, similar excitement is brewing for the cast of the Fantastic Four, as it should, because there are some very, very important roles that need to be filled here for the ongoing future of the MCU, which I think we all can agree, in the public's eye, in the media's eye, has been a bit on a downtick. Although I personally don't really agree. I don't think the numbers support that. I don't think the quality of the shows and the movies support that. But I know that's something that the mass majority of people are feeling, which is putting a lot of weight and importance on this cast so that we can turn that down sway into an up sway and get excited for the end of the multiverse saga. We're going to discuss all of that and more in today's video, but if you haven't already, consider subscribing. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other daily uploads. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of those can be found in the description down below. Now, as always, I want you guys to comment your opinions about the video or any other Marvel news, DC news going on, but I would also like for you to let me know. I do have a question. Would you guys like to see some more short form videos here on YouTube? I'm talking about the shorts. Would you like to see some shorts uploaded on YouTube about some of the quicker new stuff? Typically we try to do, 8 to 10 minute videos where we can discuss in great detail the news, the facts, the speculation, and then I kind of give my own spin and opinion. I don't mind that format. I actually prefer it probably, but if you guys want or are willing to, support the creation of short form video here on YouTube, I would also love to provide that as well, because some people don't, want to sit and hear all my speculation. Some people just want the news. So let me know what you think about that in the comments section, and maybe I'll make a decision here in the next couple of days as to whether or not I'll start adding some more shorts to the channel. Thank you. Now, back to the broadcasting. Today we're going to start talking about Fantastic Four casts. Surely you are pretty up to date with everything that has been going on. It seems to be all but confirmed that Adam Driver and Margot Robbie are going to be our Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic. Our Reed Richards and Sue Storm, our Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. Now, we could talk about my opinion on these two selections at the very end. I've certainly done 2 or 3 videos on my thoughts on this, but I want to follow the news first. These are the 2 current frontrunners, and we've heard a lot of names thrown around from John Krasinski all the way down to, Adam Driver. And similarly with the Invisible Woman, we've had tons of names thrown out there, but the frontrunner is Margot Robbie. So Adam Driver and Margot Robbie. No official announcement. This is just coming from several insiders. Most of the big names, I'll say, actually, would agree that these are the 2 who we will be seeing as these characters. Well, today DCU Leaks had something pretty important, at least they believed it was important to share, about Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, in the DC universe. And this is what they said before James Gunn retaliated in aggressive career-ending fashion. Margot Robbie is no longer Harley Quinn moving forward. The DCU will have a different actress as Harley Quinn. James Gunn deleted his tweet about potentially working with Robbie again after he found out she had signed to join the MCU. Her contract states no more DCU projects. And I would consider this some pretty breaking news. Harley Quinn, as played by Margot Robbie, I'm almost going to even dare to say was the most successful individual character from the DC universe, from the DCEU specifically. Now, I'm sure people will speculate and argue that, it was Batman or it was Superman or Wonder Woman. I mean, she didn't even really get her own movie, but the completion and the hype and the excitement of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn was at some pretty high levels. Now, she was involved in some not so great movies, and you dive into all that on your own, but she was a very successful individual character, somebody that maybe even James Gunn would want to consider bringing over and either rewriting her story and giving her a reboot, or continuing on where they left off, however he plans on doing that. But here it says that she's done. But this is where James Gunn does James Gunn things. Replying to the tweet saying, "Dude, why do you just keep posting lies? Sometimes they're just stupid made up stuff, but other times making up bullshit like this about people I care about can be hurtful. Maybe you're having a difficult time in life and lying for attention is how you get solace, but please find a better way." So absolutely, without question, denies the claim that DCU Leaks has made here about Harley Quinn no longer having a contract to serve with DC Studios, now led by James Gunn and Peter Safran. Lots of speculation. This comes to the later part of the video where we talk about what this could mean, and it's all speculatory, but lots of speculation that can be had here. She's still going to be playing Harley Quinn. James Gunn at least hasn't taken it off the table. If it were 100% true, I don't think he would be making this statement, because at the end of the day, she isn't returning. Doesn't mean it's not in discussion that's happening. Should we bring her back? Should we not? They might still be trying to figure that out. B, she may or may not be working in the MCU. That doesn't mean she has to work with DC or Marvel. She very well could do both. But there is still an open door that Margot Robbie is not going to be playing Sue Storm. And that very well could mean this as well. Maybe she's weighing her options. Do I want to be Harley Quinn or do I want to be Sue Storm? Both iconic characters. Both require this actress to play absolutely to the top of her ability to get that peak performance. And I think she's capable of it. But sometimes you have to choose where you want to be. I think it's unlikely that somebody playing Superman, for example, would take the role of Iron Man in the MCU. Just because simply they're such important anchored roles that it almost feels like you're cheating on the other side. That doesn't mean it can't happen. It doesn't mean they wouldn't allow for it to happen. I think James Gunn especially would be very open to having characters jump across universes, because I think somewhere down the line he wants to see the MCU and the DCU interact. He's made that very clear that he's already pitched it to Marvel back when he worked there and then jumped over to work for DC for a while. Now he's co-president. It's more possible now than ever. But there is definitely some question marks around whether or not Margot Robbie will be playing Sue Storm. Now, as I mentioned, and as you're well aware, there are still question marks around both Adam Driver and Margot Robbie, as we haven't gotten an official confirmation. We're hoping maybe come San Diego Comic-Con, where the Fantastic Four were first uttered by Kevin Feige back in 2019, how they weren't ready or haven't had time to talk about them. Well, here we are in 2023. The phases have been announced. We have an idea of what movies are coming. What are they going to talk about? Well, cast for the Fantastic Four must be pretty high up on their priority list, because fans are ready for it. We are ready for it. They need something to get people excited and talking about Marvel again. So I think they have the cast. I think at the very least they have a few options narrowed down, and maybe it's Margot Robbie and Adam Driver, maybe it's not. You let me know if you think it's them, if you're happy it's them, in the comments section down below. As always, thank you to everybody who watched till the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell, and I'll be sure to catch all of you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.